Hi, welcome to our channel.
I hit dead on with it though. Actually, perfect. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sig P365.
And this Sig P365.
And this Sig P365.
And this Sig P365.
So let's get those on the table and take a look at all of them. So the first P365 that we're going to take a look at, this one was purchased in June of 2018. This one definitely has the most rounds through it. This particular one has 6,100 rounds that have been fired through it. There has been no parts replaced other than the mainsprings and guide rods. Sig recommends that you replace the mainspring and guide rod every 2,500 rounds. So this particular one is on its third mainspring. But that's to be expected. That is a consumable part, and you can expect those to wear out from time to time. Other than that, this one is 100% steel, and it's completely factory configuration. You know, everything is original. The extractor's original, the barrel's original, everything is original. I mean, you can see some wear in there a little bit, but I mean, hey, this thing has 6,100 rounds through it, so that's to be expected. You can see a little bit of shine there on the slide rails and things like that, but this gun is still going strong. You can see it's pretty dirty right now. I rarely clean this particular one. I basically use this 365 for nothing but training. If I can get it back together. There we go. Nothing but training purposes. So anytime that I'm going to go out and work on some concealed carry stuff, this is the 365 that I use. With that said, this thing has been extremely reliable with all types of ammo. I've shot pretty much every kind of range and ball ammo that you can get your hands on, from 115 grain all the way up to 147. I've shot, you know, probably close to a dozen different types of hollow point ammo, and I've had a grand total of 0 malfunctions with any of it. Not malfunctions that were gun related anyway. And what I mean by that is I have a very high thumbs forward grip, which is excellent for controlling recoil, but it does give me a tendency to ride the slide release. So the gun does not always lock open on last round, but I literally have that same problem with every gun that I've pretty much ever shot in my life. That's just kind of a trademark. If you have a really good high grip, you're not always going to get last round hold open, but that's definitely not a cut on the gun in any way. Now that we've taken a look at kind of what I would consider the OG 365, let's take a look at another one. This particular 365 belongs to a friend of mine. This is the Coyote Tan. It's the NRA edition 365. And he bought this one, I think, about a year ago, give or take a few months. And he has just under 1,000 rounds to this gun. So we'll just say for video purposes about 900. And surprise, surprise, he has had a grand total of 0 malfunctions as well. This gun doesn't belong to me. Like I said, it does belong to a close friend of mine. But I have been around it a lot. I've shot this gun a good bit myself as well. And like I said, it has been completely reliable. Lots of different range ammo, and I've also personally shot hollow points out of it as well. So now let's take a look at the next 365. This particular one belongs to my wife. This is her EDC. If you haven't seen her video on her EDC setup, I will link it in the description below. In that video, it still had the original black grip module on it that you see here. We did buy another grip module and had it Cerakoted in this color because this is her favorite color, so why not? We also added a little bit of rubberized grip tape right here on each side. The reason we done that is she does carry appendix, and the texture was just a little bit too aggressive for her, and it was kind of irritating her skin. I carry mine in the appendix and well, and it doesn't bother me as much, but that was just a little mod that we did on hers. Her particular one here has exactly 600 rounds through it. I put a good bit of obviously range ammo through it before I allowed her to carry it, and we also did put a considerable amount of Federal 124 grain HST hollow points, as that is the preferred round that I carry and my wife carries as well. And this one too has had a grand total of 0 malfunctions. Which brings us to the last P365. This particular one is the one that I do carry on a daily basis. If you go back and watch my last EDC video, this is the one that you would have seen. You've also probably noticed that the last couple 365s had the exact same Streamlight TLR6 weapon light. The reason that is that when it comes to concealed carry guns or home defense guns, I think a weapon light is a mandatory item. I'm personally not going to carry a firearm that doesn't have a weapon light. I know not everyone agrees with that, but there's a long list of reasons why you should have a weapon light on your gun, and there's literally no reason to make it a con. There's literally just no con to having one. With that said, this 365 has 650 rounds through it at this point. Once again, mostly range and ball ammo. Most of it's going to be 115 or 124 grain. And then it's also had a pretty decent amount of federal HST hollow points. Since this is my carry gun and 124 grain HSTs is my carry load, I did shoot a pretty good amount of those through it. And out of those 650 rounds, it has had a grand total of 0 malfunctions once again. So out of all the 365s that I've shown you, that is a combined total of over 8,000 rounds fired out of all 4 of them, and no malfunctions between any of them and no parts breakages. Out of all those rounds, they've been fired from a slew of magazines, obviously. So a lot of 10 rounders. We've got several 12 rounders in here. There's a 12 rounder in a reload wrap. There's another 12 rounder in a reload wrap. Bunch more 10 rounders. There's a 15 rounder. There's another 12 rounder. You get the idea. They've been fired through all these different magazines. When we're all down on the range together, a lot of times we'll interchange mags back and forth. And once again, they've had a grand total of 0 malfunctions. So just a quick recap. This 365 has 6,100 rounds through it. This one here has 900 rounds through it. This one has 600 rounds. And this one has 650 rounds. Tons of different miscellaneous ammo, hollow points, and ball ammo, and every one of them have been 100% reliable so far. No part breakages, no failures of any kind. All in all, I think the Sig P365 is one of the best, if not the best, micro carry pistols on the market. I've carried a lot of different kinds myself personally over the years, and I've shot a lot of different ones that belong to friends, and I've just never had one that just covered all the bases as much as the Sig P365 does. I've had experience with the Springfield Hellcat, and although I did like the Hellcat, I just came right back to the 365 for numerous reasons. But that about wraps it up, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you're not following me on Instagram, I would really appreciate that. And as always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.